So hi everyone, we're on the banks of the Goulburn River here, actually the bridge that separates parts of our great region here in Greater Shepparton and obviously sits above the Goulburn River. I'm joined by Councillor Jeff Dobson as well as Geraldine Christou, our Director of Sustainable Development. We've just wrapped up a media interview which is obviously outlining some discussions regarding water and what the federal government are planning to do. I think most would be well aware of the journey that we've been on as a community. We've made submissions to the relevant framework that has been requested from the federal government, but we're really concerned of the element of the unknown that is really surrounding this. We are the food bowl of Australia, we don't say that lightly, and we know our community acknowledge that. And we're asking the federal government to be really cautious around their approach on water buybacks, the voluntary water buybacks that have been put out, but also what will probably come, Jeff, later in the year.
Yeah.
They're knocking on the doors really to start purchasing this water and delivering the outcomes that they want. It'll rip apart communities like Greater Shepparton and more importantly the food bowl of Australia. I'll just hand it over to Councillor Jeff Dobson to make some comments.
Yeah, thanks Shane. Look, let's not be under any misapprehension what all this means to the community of the Goulburn Valley. Everybody should be concerned about the possibility of more water being taken out of the consumptive pool here in the Goulburn Valley. We need the water for irrigation. The irrigation is the backbone of our agricultural industry, our food industry. I'd hate to see prices go up because the food can't be produced. I'd hate to see the environment go down because the Goulburn River is continually in flood, washing away the banks as we've seen here before. It's got to be done strategically. The federal government at this stage has not told us where the water is going to come from. We need to know so that we can do some planning and we then can go to the government and say, what are you going to give us in return?
And just adding to that, obviously Geraldine, from an internal council perspective, economic development falls under your portfolio. Jed, you might want to just expand on what things could look like, but also what the $1 billion agricultural industry does for our region at the moment.
Absolutely. Well, as we know, our irrigation underpins our whole sector. So food, our fruit, our vegetables, our export economy as well. It also underlines our manufacturing sector too. So manufacturing creates jobs, it creates our economy, it keeps our economy strong, and it's not just the direct impact, but it's the indirect impacts that comes from all of that as well, the supporting industries to manufacturing and agriculture as well. So we don't know the detail of what is written into this framework. We're asking for the detail. We're asking for the federal minister to come, the federal water minister to come to Greater Shepparton and actually have a look at what is actually being jeopardised by the implementation of this legislation and what's already occurred in terms of the implementation of the Murray-Darling Basin Plan. There is too much at jeopardy here. There is too little detail, and we need to fight for our community.
Absolutely. Economic viability needs to be at the forefront of these decisions. It is not at this particular time. We've outlined that to Minister Plibersek on multiple occasions, that you have a responsibility for economic viability and the food bowl of Australia, which surrounds us here in the Goulburn Valley, in particular Greater Shepparton. We'll continue the work and we'll always keep you updated on what's happening regarding the water process.